Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast, where the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. Some people think I'm spicy, and some people think I should be milder, but today we have a very special guest, Eileen Wilder.
Thanks,
What's
Keith.
up, girl?
What's up, friend? Great to be here.
I am literally freaking out, and I'm so pumped you're here because I remember when we first met, and it was about, I think, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I had just gotten back together with Jesse.
Ah.
Within that year, so that was about a little over 8 years ago. So it was sometime 7 or 8 years.
Right.
And over this last 7 or 8 years, you have gotten very, very good at making dough. And there's a lot of our guys listening here. Most of them are business owners that love making dough and creating resources and being that for their family, for their own life. And so I thought, what an opportunity to be able to get you to just kind of share things that you've learned over this life. Because where were you at 7.5, 8 years ago financially?
Oh boy. Negative money. Lots of negative money. Like I think I remember being $48,000 in debt when I met you at that event.
Okay.
And my husband was Uber driving to support us. So even like up until 5 years ago. So we were just scraping it by. We had transitioned out of being in nonprofit ministry for 20 years. So I was, broke as a joke, ready to choke when we met. That was me.
Yeah. But you were in the room.
Yeah.
There
100%.
to learn, ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I was so hungry, very confused and overwhelmed. I don't know if any of you guys watching have ever been to like an event where you didn't really understand the terms, especially business terms. All I knew was the Bible. So they were using words like, funnel and offer and virtual event. And I was just like,
cost per acquisition. You're
yeah.
like, what the heck is
Then
this?
they used like the acronyms. They were like CPL and OTO and ACV. And I was just lost. So yeah, but I tried to act cool and tried to blend in and like act like I knew what they were talking about. But thank God, like I really picked up one big key takeaway at that event, which was that offer creation is wealth creation. So the idea that we can be like not waiters, but we can be creators. I had realized I thought I was waiting on God for 40 years, but you think about being 40 and broke, right? Like it's so... it makes me almost mad thinking about it. Like we're taught like, go to school, get a job and you'll be wealthy. And it's like, okay, did that work? No. So I thought I was waiting on God, but then it was at that conference that I realized, no, wait, like God is actually waiting on me.
Ooh.
And I can be a waiter, which I think 99% of entrepreneurs actually still are, or I can be part of that 1% that's a creator. So the idea of I could create an offer that would generate me like cash, that was mind blowing.
Yeah. Well, you've made millions of dollars since then. When you say create an offer, can you just explain that? I'm sure they'll understand, but how do you see it? What's your way of looking at an offer?
Yeah, I didn't understand what that meant at first either. One of the speakers talked about packaging up your expertise, and they were going deeper into like the new economy of e-learning and becoming a coach or consultant. So they were describing an offer as like packaging up the knowledge that you already have and teaching other people with it online. So I kind of thought of it as like how you get a really nice wrapped gift at Christmas and you're like, whoa. So what that is just basically great language. It's like a super sexy offer has just a great language around it where somebody's willing to like hear your great language. And it's like presenting them as beautifully wrapped gift. And they're like, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
So a great offer is a great language that describes a result that you can get someone.
That they're desiring.
Yeah.
When I started making money, it challenged a lot of my beliefs growing up as a Christian.
Yeah.
And I used to be a pastor. You used to be a pastor, right?
Yeah.
Do you still say that anymore to people? Or I know you said it was a nonprofit organization or something like that.
No, I say like I was a pastor for 20 years. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. But I don't say that I pastor now. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. They call me the pastor of you know what. So it's a little different. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So here's the thing. What were some of the mindsets that you had to go through? Like the love of money is the root of all evil. That was one that I was like, damn, if I'm wanting money, am I like being evil?
Right.
There's some of those hurdles I had to go through mine. Did you have to go through some of those as well?
Yeah, 100%. It was very demonized in the culture that I was to like actively seek money. So like you were spiritual if you had no money or served your heart out for free. That was what was celebrated. And what gets celebrated gets replicated. So everybody's just serving their heart out, but not earning money, which I think is anti the Bible. What really got me with that scripture was hearing someone talk about, like, nobody loves money more than broke people.
Yeah.
And people who have jobs, like, they love it. Like, it's like they love it so much, they're willing to sacrifice family, 40-hour work weeks, because they just, like, there's no other reason. Because just like they love it. Like, they love, like, it's like a God to them rather than breaking out of that. And so rich people view money quite differently, right? It's more like a servant to them. And that's where I think the scripture's talking about, like, it's the love of money. It's like, what are you sacrificing right now? Because you think money's like such a big deal and so scarce.
Ooh.
That's like love of money.
I heard an analogy from my first money mentor. He was the first guy who taught me how to flip houses.
Okay.
And I went from, I was a pastor, then I worked some construction jobs, and I realized I could take that construction and go flip houses and make some real dough. And he used an analogy, kind of like what you just said. And he goes, if a rich person lends you $50, he's never going to harp on you to get it back. But if a broke person lends you $50, they will be asking, when's that $50? When my $50? He goes, who loves money more?
Yeah.
I've been under this thinking lately that if God is the ultimate resource, I mean, he's got the ultimate resources, the more resources we have access to or steward over, the more godly we are.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, straight up. Parable of the talents. Yeah, 100%.
Tell me more about that.
What gets actually celebrated in the Bible versus church culture, I'll say this, is being a great steward of resources. And so if you look at Solomon, for instance, or Joseph, or like Joshua, or like, but if we just, any biblical example as evidenced in the parable of the talents is like, whoever stewarded the talents the best got more.
Yeah.
And it was like like, good job.
Yeah.
Like, you just like 10x the ROAS. Like, let's go. Like, let's run some more Facebook ads. Get it.
Let's go.
Whereas the guy who hid it,
yeah.
This is what I think we do so often, and what I was doing for 40 years was just like, there is like, you're either a hider or you're a multiplier. You're one or the other. It's black and white. You're either hiding or you're multiplying. And the hider got rebuked.
Yeah.
You wicked and lazy servant. Like, that's crazy town. Can you imagine God rebuking you because you literally did not steward it correctly? Like, that's strong sauce.
Yeah, that is strong sauce.
So I totally agree with you. I believe, like, he who has little, like stewards it well, like, more will be given. I totally believe that is more godly. Yeah.
Was it hard for you to work through that? Was there a lot, like, I had internal, almost like emotional like problems with it. Yeah.
You know what? I totally did. But you know what quantum leaped me there is getting around people whose psychology was better, because I figured out, actually, I can't outthink it out of my body. It's more caught than taught. So I have to get around somebody whose nervous system is correctly wired according to God's truth. And I can pick up that vibration 10 times faster than if I just read a bunch of books, meditate for 3,400 hours, go to a bunch of emotion code therapy, like XYZ. Like, that stuff is also, I think, great and complementary. However, if you can find, like, the Bible says that truth will set you free. So if you can find a man or a woman like Keith Yackey and his gorgeous wife, Jessie, and get around like an instrument of truth, you'll be set free faster. Yeah.
I've been saying this quote lately. I'm so glad you said it. I said, if the, like at a live event or whatever, how many of you guys believe the truth will set you free? Everybody's, yeah. I go, cool. So if you're not set free, then you haven't found the truth.
Yeah.
It's just that obvious to me.
100%. And I think there's no shame and there's no blame in that game, because I know there's still areas that I'm being rewired in. What I think it is more of an indicator and an awareness that that's okay. It's just get closer to the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah. Well, I want to say, like, that conversion happens through immersion, right? So it's like in an immersive event, as you would know with the work that you do, that's where conversion happens in the mind. So it's like immersion causes conversion. So if you can get an immersion type of atmosphere with somebody has truth, you can 10x your income less than 12 months.
It's so true. Yeah. And we say that to the guys, like, you have to get out to the live event.
100%.
I just want you to have dinner with Jess and I.
Yes, good.
I want you to see what a couple who actually like desires each other and can joke around with each other and kind of bust each other's balls and like have a good time. I want you to see that. And that's a lot of guys are like, that was the turning point. I actually just got to see it.
That's so cool.
And be in the energy so that conversion happens with immersion is so true.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's so real.
Yeah.
Now, does your husband, is he a part of the business or what is he up to?
Yes, my husband is the business now. So
Okay.
yeah, he runs everything. He's super, he has an MBA. He's the smartest person I've ever met. So he runs, so like all of our operations, all of our finances. Like I kind of am out there on video and speaking on stage a lot, but yeah, he's a ninja. Like I'm so grateful. Like every day I'm like, this is insane.
What initially attracted you to him?
You know, I find I'm still very attracted always to people's minds. So I love smart people. Like smart.
That's what Jessie says all the time. She goes, I love your brains.
Smart. Yeah. Like,
What about my biceps, dude?
Yeah,
She's like, no, the brains.
Yeah. And he's also very logical and I'm very like wired more emotional. So I'm always like a fast buyer, you know, like I'm an emotional buyer. He's like, let's think, his logic skills are just, he's incredible. He's like my number one coach. Just always tells me what to do.
Wow.
He's very
That's amazing.
Yeah, I really respect it. And it's just a completely different way than my brain does it. But he somehow, whatever he tells me what to do, it always works out.
Wow.
So, I know.
That's cool.
I know. Yeah, it is cool. I've made so much more money working with him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be excellent.
It
What
is.
do you guys fight about when you guys do fight? Do you guys fight?
Wow, that's a good question. We don't fight a lot. And I know that, I don't know if that's good or bad or.
Well, is it working?
Yeah.
So then it works?
Yeah. We don't, we're like best friends. We just we're this good mix, like all the right, and we're very independent. So it's like he does his thing and I do my thing. Like he's in Dubai right now.
Nice.
And I'm like here. It's just like a great flow, but we've always been like that. Sometimes I wish, I would love to tell other people, like, yeah, we get in these big fights and like have this drama story, but it just isn't there.
Well, I could use without some of the fights. So I'm like, we don't need
I
this.
think our personalities are probably very like.
Were you guys always
calm.
that way?
Yes.
Did making a bunch of money change any of that? Or it just made it better?
No, it made it better. When we were $48,000 in debt, I'm pointing at you, like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I remember fighting. I remember we had our biggest fight. Now we're both probably like English, Swiss background. So like our form of fighting is like low tone, you know, it's not like loud, but I was mad at him that we were in that situation. I definitely remember resenting him.
Yeah.
That we were in this apartment. He's Uber driving. Like, how did we get here? And I was basically like, this is your fault.
Yeah, sure.
Which isn't right.
Yeah.
But like, I definitely was, that was tensions that definitely were highest when money was tight.
How did you get over that? Just start making dough?
You know what's wild is I started crushing high ticket sales. And I remember the day I came out of the bedroom where I was closing down these calls and I was like, babe, we just made like another 10K. And I just remember his face, just like, it was like desire for me that I had never seen before. It was like, I had now become like level unlock, the most ultimate. Like, I guess what we hadn't realized up until then was like, I was going to be like the moneymaker. I know that's really weird, and I don't like, but that's just how it is for us. Like, I can just make it rain, and he knows how to do the rest. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys, this is the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Jess and I call ourselves the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, 1-2 punch. Yeah. Is that like it for you guys? How? Because I know with male female energy, I'm always curious about this. Like, if a female is doing something like that, it feels very. How does? I don't know. To me, it's like normal for me, but. Most men, I think, feel like the desire to make all the money.
Yeah, I think our society kind of pushes the guy into the protector, provider role.
Right.
I have seen it work some other ways. People are people, right? Like we all have such various desires and backgrounds. Like, so for me, I know for a fact, my very first girlfriend, I was making $6 an hour at a cabinet shop sanding, and she made $8.14 as a bagger at Vaughn's. And I remember I had moved out when I was 17 on my own. I remember the guy that I moved, that was kind of like the head of the house of where I lived. And he was like, he had done a lot of riches, like real estate development stuff, and then was all into ministry. He started, maybe you heard of this, Firefighters for Christ. You ever heard of that?
No.
They would take all the best teachings, put them on tapes, and then send them out for free.
Wow.
So for me to live in that house, I had to like do cassette tape duplications, put the labels on.
That was
and
like
send
how
them
you
out.
earned your...
That was kind of like how I earned my
okay.
keep. And I go, Steve, I don't know what to do, man. He goes, what? I said, man, she makes more money than me. He goes, whoa. Yeah. He goes, but you're like a carpenter, man. Like eventually you're going to get like $15 an hour. I go, oh yeah, I think I'll be good. So I was growing up conditioned that was, but interestingly enough, I don't know why I would have been conditioned that way, because my mom, for like the last half of the piece before they moved, they got divorced, she made the money.
Wow.
Yeah, she was the nurse providing the steady paycheck, and my dad was entrepreneurial, but the ship was always going to come in, but it never came in, So,
so you were witnessing that, but yet you still felt, I find that fascinating. You were pre-wired like that.
Yeah.
Take responsibility or ownership or desire.
I was the guy doing baseball cards, mowing lawns. Like I didn't want to depend on anybody. I wanted to go do my own thing.
Yeah.
But even that entrepreneurial spirit didn't really come out until like my late 20s, early 30s.
That's so interesting to me. Yeah.
Is it? What's interesting about it?
Well, I think is it you know how what's different to you is fascinating. So the dynamic in another male-female relationship where the man is like very money-driven and like hungry for goals and all these things, I resonate more with that than with a female who's like fine chilling at home, So, So
maybe that's why we got along so well, because we met at a business conference. And who was your friend that was with us that
day? Jackie Lacroix.
I remember just having that conversation. We all walked away going, that was a good conversation.
Yeah, it's like the game of business, marketing, sales is so fun to me, and I don't find, I guess a ton of women finding it, I don't know, the same way. So
but you're doing. Obviously, you have the fruit. It's kind of why I like your story, because I didn't even know your husband was even a part of your business.
Oh yeah,
I just saw you out there crushing it. I'm like, look at Eileen go.
Yeah, look at Eileen go.
Look at her go.
Yeah. My husband, he's gonna be coming more to the forefront of the business, but I love working with him. Like it is, I don't know what it would be like without that. Yeah.
What's interesting is by all standards, you're a good entrepreneur.
Yes.
But you just started basically like 5 to 7 years ago.
Yes.
And you're how old?
46.
46.
Yeah.
Same age. When's your birthday?
September 17th.
Dang, dude, you're 2 months older than me.
Oh.
Well done.
Wow.
I'm November.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know you're not supposed to ask a girl your age, but you're a girl that makes dough, so who cares?
Yeah.
But interesting, you live 40 to 42 years of your life not even knowing you're an entrepreneur, so to speak.
100%.
And then now you're absolutely crushing it.
Yeah. Thank God. Oh my God, I'm so grateful.
But it was always in you.
Right. Yeah. I was actually talking to somebody last night who's 71, just getting into the game. They're fired up. They're a couple. And I was like, get it. Like there's so much opportunity right now to package up your expertise, sell it, coaching, consulting. Like there is just endless money out there for anybody that wants it. So yeah, if you're in a transition right now, get it.
That's an abundant mindset. So scarcity versus abundance. How does that practically lay out for you day to day? Do you still have scarce ideas that pop into your mind? Like, that's not, what do you do about that?
Oof. I love visualization, big fan. I love it in the scripture too. And I find that, Olympic athletes, so I find I visualize a lot of like revenue goals that I'm hitting, and they make me so excited. I feel like it's Christmas every day. Like, so visualization's been really powerful for me. Like even before a live event, virtual event, I'm always picturing how many sales I want to make. Like people raising their hands, handing me order forms, can't wait to give me money, so excited to give me money, freaking out, crying to give me money. Like, I just love it.
Because that's actually what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is what happens.
Yeah, because you're a creator. Like you're a creator. So if you think about Seth Godin said, anxiety is practicing failure in advance. So think about that. Like everything we're telling ourselves is a story we're just making up anyway. So anything we want to tell ourselves about our future is just a story we're making up anyway. So why not just tell ourselves a story like, yeah, I'm doing 10 million this month, or I'm doing, like whatever story you want to tell yourself, no matter where you are. I was doing that back when I was like visualizing one person to give me one sale, but I was excited as I am now. Like we're creators. Like
did any of your circle around you start to look at you different or say negative things about you when you started making money?
Yeah. You're all about the money. You're only about the money. Why did you get in? Like, why are you so like sleazy and salesy and self-promoting? That was a lot of I got from the Christian world for sure.
And what did you do? How did you deal with it?
I left them in the best way possible. I cut off like a lot of relationships. I probably could have done it like even nicer, but once I started seeing that not everybody's rooting for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're not.
Mm-hmm. I'm very selective, as I believe everyone should be. Your most valuable asset is time, right? You know, so
yeah,
you gotta be careful.
Did any of your pastor buddies or anything, did any of them have a problem with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when you were saying people love giving money, they cry, it sparked something in me because I'm like, yeah, that's actually true. But I'm starting to think there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that about money.
No, for sure. Yeah. Especially with sales. If anyone's listening and they sell stuff or, there's a lot of negative stories we tell ourselves about sales, you know? So there's a lot of stories there that we have that are like, people don't like to give me money. I don't like selling. These are all stories that we're making up, right? And none of that's actually true. People love to buy stuff and people love like falling in love with sales is a great story to tell yourself. I'm falling in love with sales. I love selling stuff. So yeah, I would imagine a lot of people would have, from my kind of previous ministry life, would not subscribe to my current.
Was there some mentalities you had to get over to get into, I love sales, I'm falling in love with sales?
Yeah.
Because I remember sometimes I used to feel awkward
For sure.
selling.
Yeah. And every now and then it'll creep back in and then I just have to be like, I think some big shifts for me were understanding that you're never really selling anybody anything. You're just inviting them to go deeper. So that reframe of that language words are so powerful, right? And so often in my virtual events, I'm like, hey guys, and then I say, would it be okay if I told you a little bit about how we serve people? Like, would it be okay? So I'm asking permission. So it's very gentle, right? Like, and I mean, and maybe for the men, they'd want to, I don't know, be a firmer, but strong frame, you know, would it be okay with you if I told you
I get permission from guys all the time. I love it.
Serve people. And everyone's like, yeah, everybody wants to know how you serve people, you know? And then I say, you know, this isn't for everybody, but this is going to be perfect for some of you.
Yeah.
You know,
God, that's so
strong
true.
frame. And then I say like, this isn't a pitch. I don't actually say this isn't a pitch, but I just do an invitation. And I like to think of it like, this is an invitation. I said, I'd love to invite you to my next party. Like we're just going deeper. Like it's just an invitation. It's not for everybody. So it's like almost like a push away or take away in sales, like, but it really isn't. So I feel like that invitation language is beautiful to make us understand we're not pushing anything. And selling is just an invitation.
What was your biggest, I used to believe this about money, sales, influence, and that is what I believe now.
I used to believe I could only charge $200 for my expertise. Like I low ticket. Like I used to believe my worth, my value, the measure of what I could help someone with was very low. In fact, when I was on the phone selling life coaching services, I started at $297. And even when I said the words $297, panic attack. But then as I understood that I could grow in my conviction, I could grow in that and I could do it through reps, my conviction kept growing and my awareness of my magnificence kept growing. And I love that for people, that we can grow in the conviction of our magnificence. And then we can communicate that in a way that alerts the other person, I know I'm valuable, but doesn't like assert it over the person, you know? So I am Keith Yackey. This is what I can do. This is how I can help you. If it feels like the right move for you, here is what the investment is. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just asserting my value. And so the biggest gap that I notice people have is they're not aware of how magnificent they are.
How did you discover that? By doing it? Or did you have some people that you looked at as magnificent also tell you, hey, you know, you're pretty magnificent?
Yes, I did. I did have some mentors. So like, I really would encourage everyone listening to get around mentors who can speak that. I know that you do that for your community. That's very powerful because even studies show like if somebody in authority will speak that over you, your nervous system receives it better. So definitely mentors. I would say a couple moves. One is an exercise that I can do in 30 seconds right now. And
Let's do it.
The second is to watch yourself be magnificent. So I'll talk about that in a second. So first thing, exercise is to think about how many books, podcasts, seminars, conferences, courses, hours of thinking like you have spent in your thing. Like if I was to ask you that, Keith, could you, like, if you could imagine, like, how many books? I know you love books. Like, would you be able to put a number on that?
800 to 1,000.
Amazing. And then how many conferences would you say, or like events, probably, let's put it like that, like you've hosted, gone to, facilitated, been a part of? Probably how many events do you think you'd say?
75 to 100, maybe?
Yeah.
Minimum. I mean, that's right off the top of my head.
Right.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. So you think about all the hours, right? In that, and then the books, and then like helping people and doing what you're doing. So think about like all that for everyone listening, like think about that. Whatever, like if you're an engineer or you're like, you own a brick and mortar or you're an online trainer, like think about all that number, and then think about how 99% of people were never and unwilling to spend that time doing that.
Oh, that's so true.
Like, so you were like 1% in just time, yards on the field.
Yeah.
And so, like, people should marinate in that. So you don't have to do anything. I would invite you to reflect how 99% of people are totally unwilling to do that. So that's very valuable. And then speed to skill, like how quickly could you get a result? Like how quickly can Keith Yackey get a result for a man who's has a problem? Like think about that. How quick could you help that person? Would you be able to think about how?
Sometimes it happens in that very first conversation of 10. Taylor Welch.
Yeah.
Who you love.
Taylor.
I love.
Love.
We were on the phone. He said it right here when he's on the podcast. And he goes, you talked to me for 12 minutes and it changed my entire marriage.
12 minutes.
One thing, he goes, I'm struggling with this. I go, it's because of this, this, and this. And he goes, call me a month later. He goes, you're not going to believe what happened. I go, I believe it. 12 minutes.
That's so fire. Let's
I know,
Keith Yackey,
dude.
ladies
I
and gentlemen.
know. I love it. Well, you do it with your clients the same way.
Well, that's how, and everybody listening, there's something that you can do, and you can almost do it. I love it. Like you can almost do it if somebody woke you up out of a deep sleep. So if I woke you up out of you were napping and Valentine was there and it was just and I was like, Keith, and I was like, blah, 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 problem. Like that, think about that for those listening, like whatever that is, that skill, that speed that you can do that with, people will pay you so much money for that.
They don't understand how much people will pay.
Yeah.
Because you solve a problem.
Right.
Someone comes to you. Do you get a lot of women?
Yeah.
That come into your place?
Yeah.
Because they look at you and they go, oh, Eileen is me, right?
Right.
Is that a big piece of it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I got a lot of, 100%. So just like marinating in that and going like, how valuable is that result that I could get somebody? How much is that worth?
I think about that all the time. Like, hey, like the way I can tell you what my goal is. I want to tell you my goal. My goal is that people will pay me $100,000 to do lunch with me.
Fun.
Yeah.
Couple hours?
1 hour.
Okay.
And I want to be booked out 6 weeks so that they go, no, I need to see him tomorrow, and they pay me $300,000.
It's urgency.
Because I want LeBron James when he's in trouble to think I can only talk to one guy.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool.
LeBron James is a big example, but let's talk about a guy that's worth $15 million. He's about ready to give 7 of it to his now ex-wife. He would be gladly pay $100,000 to me because I'm going to save him $6.9 million. That's the math in my head. So
100%.
I'm like, oh, so the dude's like, I'm worth $50 million. I'm about ready to get divorced. Well, that $100,000 is going to keep $24.9 million in his pocket. And he's actually going to be happy and feel desired and loved and get laid and ... right?
All the things.
So that's how I was able to build for me. I'm like, no, you're really valuable, bro.
That's so good, Keith.
I'm getting that's so good, Keith, from the sales lady. So thank you.
Yeah,
I received that.
No, it's really, really good. And I think I was just drawing the observation that for those of you listening to, I think the second key to you understanding or ascertaining that is watching yourself be magnificent to your clients and students, and I think that's so important. So just starting to contribute. So if you're listening, if you're just like seeing yourself share your knowledge for like 10 minutes in front of a group of people or just contributing, it will rewire your entire life.
Yeah.
People will start to talk back. They'll mirror back to you. Holy cow, like when that 12 minutes changed my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen Russell publicly praise you. And I got to imagine that he's been your mentor since the very beginning, right? And has helped you develop a lot of this stuff, correct?
Yes, correct.
And anytime he would say, "Wow, you're doing a great job, Eileen," I gotta imagine that like just gave you another boost,
totally.
right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, people in authority. Oh yeah, anytime. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've like written it down, recorded it. I'm sure. Yeah, people being in authority, speaking life over you cannot be more like understated. Like ASAP, get in front of somebody immediately that can do that to you.
I personally discovered that because when Garrett and I started hanging out, we were doing that marketer cruise. Me and Pete Vargas were doing the marketer cruise, and Pete spoke at Funnel Hacking Live. Garrett saw him, and Garrett's like, "I want to do more. Like, teach me the business of the speaking thing," because Pete understood how to get the stages, etc.
Yes.
Garrett's like, "I'm good at speaking. How do I get the stages?"
Got it.
So they become quick buddies. He brings him to our yacht party with 150 guys, and he gets there early, and it's me and Jesse and a couple other people, and he and I just start. And I didn't really vibe with him when I saw him in funnel hacking and all this stuff. I was like, a little aggressive for me.
Okay.
Right? I didn't vibe with it. I called him Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. So, but when I met him in our like VIP area, he was the funniest dude I ever met.
Oh my gosh.
Like the funniest.
Wow.
And so when we started hanging out and we started surfing, it had nothing to do with business. I didn't care about war. I didn't care about all that. That was not interesting to me. But the human, the funny guy of him, he was the one that showed me I was excellent at this.
Oh, wow.
He's like, hey, he would keep bringing me warrior problems. Hey, I got this guy in Warriors doing this, this, and this. I'm like, oh, you got to tell him this, this, and this. He goes, how did you know that? What do you going to say something?
No, but that's exact. So he was identifying like, okay, Keith,
my magnificence.
Yes.
So that's why I asked you, is it something you go from inside or somebody that comes on, because that was huge for me. He gave me the name married game. He's like, bro, he gave me my first 20 clients. He goes, if I put 20 of these guys that are struggling with this in front of you, you think you can help them? I said, let's try. Let's try.
That's so cool.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
And 16 of them got results. 4 of them didn't do the work. So obviously they didn't get the results. That was how this whole thing started.
That's it right
Not
there.
even knowing I was the genius at this.
That's so fire. See, that's it. That's 100% it. Because you think about that, it's like you got in front of a mentor and then you got in an immersive environment and you got to contribute.
Yeah.
And then you got to see it.
Yeah. But that's what launched this whole thing.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Garrett White, for giving us Keith Yackey. Yeah.
And still, to this day, he still sends me all sorts of clients. He and I still work a lot together. I was like, oh, somebody who you admire in something that says you're good at something actually lays a block into the wall of belief inside of yourself. But I've watched Russell do that for you, and I didn't know how big of an impact that was or not.
Oh, yeah. Russell was like, you're one of the best speakers I've ever heard. And I'm like, whoa, you've heard a lot of speakers.
Yeah, yeah, he has.
So you're like, it means it hits different when somebody says something like this, I'm sure.
Gary's like, I've had 75,000 guys come through my program, and he goes, I have an answer, but it's not the answers you're giving. And I was like, well, what do you mean? What about this, this, and this? And he's like, do you think you could teach this to married guys? Because this is not hard for me to talk about. But I didn't know that there was somebody out there wanting to pay money for it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because when Jesse left me, I had 2 friends that were really big in my life, Dan Martell and Pete Vargas. It was a mess.
It was a mess.
It was a total mess. And once I got Jesse back and they saw what actually happened, because that was my big transformation, was like, dude, I got to become the most attractive version for me, not for anybody else. I got to do this for me. I had 3 realizations. I'm the problem. I'm the solution. I got to become the most attractive version of me for me. And her standards are not, her response does not dictate my standard.
Okay.
So I need to be a high standard man for me. And that will trickle down to everybody else. Well, once they saw that, they started like one guy, I was actually Taylor. Taylor started coming around at this time too. And he goes, hey, my head sales guy just got issued divorce papers. Do you think you can help him? Let's try. And I helped him. Dan Martell said, hey, I got this guy. Do you think you can help him? Let's try. Win. And then he just started coming out. And I'm like, and then I met Garrett. And then Garrett's like, Bro,
there's something here.
What is going on here? You know what I mean? So that happened to me. I see it's happening to you. And that's probably why when you say the caught not taught thing and why that immersion equals conversion, it's starting to click now for me. I'm getting it.
Yeah, you're right. It's such a pattern, such a principle. I mean, you think about it in reverse too. We all really think about like, we got to be careful about our environments, right? Because like we're getting converted to wherever our immersion's causing conversion. So you have to be kind of selective, right? About what are you getting fed?
Yeah, because we're susceptible to it.
Yeah, it's almost like you're getting programmed the entire time. You just don't know it.
You've spent a lot of money in masterminds.
So much money. Yeah. I could have bought 14 houses, but I just bought masterminds.
Yeah. What was the most expensive mastermind you've invested in?
$250,000 a couple times. Three. Yeah.
And people would hear that and go, that's crazy. You could have done this. You could have done this. And then, you're going, but except that's what built me into the juggernaut I am now, right?
Yeah, I wanted a $250,000 offer. I wanted to have that. So I remember being like, okay, I can only like attract who I am, so I've got to be the person who can buy the $250,000 offer so I can communicate it. And I heard someone say like, I heard someone say, if you're unwilling to pay, you'll be unable to charge.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how do
It's
I do that?
so real, dude.
So then once I bought a $250,000 thing, then I was like, oh, okay, I'll have a $250,000 thing. Like the conviction it just got right there. So I started charging that for my VIP day, and I've sold so many. So you think about the return on that purchase, like I've sold, I don't know, maybe like 25 VIP days, $250K.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah. So I love
Divided by 4, that's
stuff.
like 6 point something million.
Mm-hmm.
So it paid off.
Yeah, great. I mean, I love it. It's like the best ROI ever is purchasing mentoring.
And I'm sure you learned things in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you had met a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
But the fact that you paid it made you believe you could charge it.
100.
Yeah. Do you even remember what you learned in that first mastermind necessarily?
No.
I love this. People don't know this.
Yeah.
You and I know this.
Yeah, we do.
But there's not a lot of people who do this or are talking about it.
Correct. 100%. I mean, I know there are things to be learned, and I can now think of more things that I did learn, but it's inconsequential. Like the transformation is in the transaction. Like it's in the transaction that I get transformed. So if I'm unwilling to get transformed, then I won't make that transaction. But if I'm willing to get transformed, I'll pay that all day, because I want to be a different person. I want to be going to another level, and that's the decision you make to go, that's who I am and that's what I do.
And the other piece of it I'm gathering is you're in another room with a bunch of other people that paid $250,000.
Yeah, 100, yes.
So your identity changed.
For sure.
You're like, I had a guy, he was about ready to do a one-on-one for $500,000 with a friend of mine. And he goes, what do you think I should do? I said, do you want to be the guy that paid $500,000 to get a coach? He goes, yeah. I go, then you should do it. Knowing that just doing it changes your identity. It just changes your identity.
I mean, I really think if not everybody believes this, but if our source is God and we came from God, and the Bible talks about how he, like before the foundations of the world, we were like a thought in the mind of God. Think about like we really are like billionaires and trillionaires in our essence origin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like all just lies. Like the enemy wants to make us buy into this lie that we don't deserve those things.
Yeah.
And that but like the scripture says, for like, you are God's. So like we need to awaken to the awareness that we like are eternal beings made in the image of God, who has like streets made of gold. Like we need to like level up.
Yeah. We need to level up.
We need to level up.
Hey, listen, you need to level up.
We need to like raise your prices.
Eileen says, level the fuck up. She won't say it that way, but I do. Yeah. That's so true. And that identity thing is big. What's the biggest piece of abundance advice that you've got that you could leave with our audience here?
The law of abundance says there's more than enough for us all to have more than enough, with more than enough left over.
Say that again.
The law of abundance says that there is more than enough for us all to have more than enough, with more than enough left over. So I translate that to, there are more high-ticket buyers out there to buy your stuff than you will ever be able to get. Like, you will not be able to get all the high-ticket buyers. You're going to get to Jesus and be like, I didn't get them all. And he's going to be like, I know. There's so many all over the place. It's incomprehensible. So the fact that anyone would think there aren't people willing to pay me this money for this thing, like
Lies.
it is. So
Know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
it's right there. Like it's everywhere. The only thing we lack is the awareness that the abundance exists. And that is the plan of the enemy. You know, you think about the Garden of Eden, like God's like, you can eat. It actually says every and freely, out of all the trees, every and freely. But then Eve eats from that one tree, right? That God says not to eat from. But think about this. She had to like walk past all the other trees. She was like not seeing them, like to get to the lack. It's like just focusing on the lack. And think about like all the people, all the high ticket buyers that are all around you, literally living next to you, all around, like we're everywhere just to get to our lack. Like we can't focus on lack. We got to focus on abundance.
You mentioned something about the deserving part. Can we talk about that a little bit? Like, because I've felt that too. I think a lot of people, they go, I'm not worthy of this. I don't deserve this.
Yes.
How did you get into that and get over that and get through that to where you're like, yeah, it's $250,000 for a VIP day, and we're going to sell 25 of them.
Yeah.
I deserve that. Let's go.
Yeah. It's interesting. My mind doesn't think in terms of deserving. I think in terms of what result can I get this person? And if I know that I can get them a result, so if I know that if I work hard and I put my face out, like I can do something that's going to get this person a result, my confidence is in that. So therefore, like the price is kind of inconsequential to me. So I'm trusting in the fact that I know, and I think that some of the borrowed confidence that I'm getting that from is I know that if someone does these moves, this end result, we have a high probability of this end result. So the faith comes a little bit from like the system, the steps. You see that? Like if you think about this, like there's nothing new under heaven. There's actually a way to figure out literally actually everything on the earth right now. So there's a system and steps. So like, you know, if you can teach a dude, do step 1, step 2, step 3, like we have a 90% chance, like something great's going to happen here. Do you know what I mean?
I'd say we have 514 clients, 513 it worked for. So are you going to be the guy it doesn't or not?
Certainty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Conviction, the system. So you see how it's like the system works almost, I get so excited, almost apart from you. So detaching yourself from the system is very powerful. So you're not selling you, you're actually selling the system.
Yeah. So true.
Like I'll walk you through the system, I'm going to guide you through, all the things. But the system, like, will produce X result if the correct input is like put in, it's going to produce this result. So you see what I mean? So it's like, it just works, right? So that gives me a level of confidence, and I believe everybody should have a level of confidence. Like if I can find a system out there that really produces a repeatable result for somebody, like I can sell that all day.
Yeah. And you believe not necessarily but the price that you deserve that price, but you deserve to be abundant.
I deserve to be abundant. I deserve to be abundant, and I deserve to be paid for giving you this knowledge and awareness and expertise and skill that I have curated and developed and worked very hard for. So like that didn't come overnight. And that skill to help somebody in 12 minutes in one conversation, you didn't just like that took agility, and that took skill, and that took dedication, that took discipline. So therefore, this is the fee to access that wisdom.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Solomon did this, like Joseph did this. Like all day they're charging people high ticket prices to access their wisdom.
Yeah. I love it. Well, how do they find out more about you, your wisdom, and access your wisdom? I want any guy or gal following, listening. I mean, you're firing my heart up, girl.
Oh,
like I'm fired up,
thanks,
dude.
Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a $250,000 VIP day.
Let's go.
Which means I need to go buy one first. I need to go buy one first.
It. Yeah. So I have a book called Financially Free. So it lays all this stuff out and how to charge high ticket and have the confidence, the certainty, and communicate it so it sounds super sexy. So it's called financiallyfreebook.com. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
They can go there right now.
Yeah, man.
and get it?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to say? Best piece of life advice, wisdom, anything that you could share with our audience?
I would say it's never too late to begin again. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too young to package up your expertise, charge high ticket, change the world. And it's going to go faster than you think.
Eileen, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
I love seeing your success. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you for sharing the wisdom with me over on that vibe board. It's exciting. I'm going to be continuing rooting for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Keith.
All right, guys, you've heard it there. So if you are going, hey, man, I came to this podcast to learn how to get laid more. Well, let me tell you, getting paid more is going to help you get laid more. It's just the bottom line. Women aren't attracted to broke dudes that can't go figure stuff out. And she's one voice of many that is able to share with you, hey, you have way more inside of you than you believe you do. And you are worthy of going after that. And in fact, it's in your DNA. It's in your divine DNA to not just accumulate things to be a hoard, but to accumulate and to have things flow through you in such a high capacity that even your crumbs of your abundance are massive abundance to others. So go follow Eileen Wilder are you on Instagram or any social you want to go?
Eileen Wild, EILEENWILD. Yeah. Love it.
If you are saying, Keith, that was amazing, I love that, and I realize I deserve to have a better marriage, you can also go to marriedgamebook.com. This beautiful thing right here, this book, it's called The Secret Playbook to Primal Sex and Unlimited Pleasure Inside Your Marriage. Who doesn't want that? If you do want that, let me send you this book for free, and go to financiallyfreebook.com and get Eileen's book so you can continue to become more and more abundant as your nature says you should be. So with that being said, keep crushing it, because that shit is contagious.